Hope everyone's having a wonderful day and welcome to my Ford Fusion Talk YouTube channel, my first video. And today makes exactly 1 week that I picked up the Ford Fusion. So there are a couple things that I noticed right away. I wanted to change that as soon as possible. One thing is this right here. This license plate cover is what's the word I'm going to look for? Ridiculous! Basically, I've taken some measurements and it's taking away 33% of airflow from going into the intercooler. So the plate here itself, this bottom coverage, is 33% of the size of the hull of the intercooler. 33% of airflow. So that had to go right away. So I did some research and I've come up with a license plate did I say license plate? License plate holder? License plate bracket. Oh my gosh. License plate bracket. Which I think it's going to work, but we'll see. I'm just going to move the camera down here so you guys can see what I bought to make the change, and then we'll go from there. So here are the tools and what you're going to need to make this license plate swap, which I'm excited about. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. Here is a new bracket. Just a plastic bracket, cost me $6 at the local hardware store. You can find it on Amazon, eBay. I bought this in Canada on Canadian Tire. Now this bracket came with these metal screws here. I'm not going to use metal screws because I'm afraid they might rust. So I've changed all that and I'm just not going to use it. And I bought these. These here are plastic fasteners. So that won't rust and it will hold the plate as well, as good as the metal screws. This is pretty much what they look like if you guys can see it here. Now I made these round little protectors. This is just simply because this plastic bracket, it's going to be against the bumper and I didn't want to scratch it. So this is going to go right behind here. It's going to go right behind here when it meets the screw. So it actually, when it's attached to the bumper, it would actually be touching this. This is basically a gasket maker. You make your own gaskets with these things. That's what they are. Rubber, nice soft rubber. You're going to need, of course, your license plate. And I'm going to put a smoke cover, plastic plate protector in front of it. I think it's going to look good. The car is black and white, so I think it'll look good. You're also going to need a 3/16 drill bit. Yes, we're going to put holes on the bumper. And a drill. But we'll get to that in a second. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to move the camera and to point at the car bracket, then let's start taking it off and putting it together. Let's get to it. Now I forgot to mention there are two other items you're going to need. You're going to need a hole punch and the level. Oops. Let's start off by removing that with the flathead screwdriver. As you just so you guys can see it, you can see that here's the hole for the intercooler, and you see how much space. Basically, all this is covering airflow, which I've calculated, like I mentioned earlier. This is 33% of the opening. So let's get rid of it. Now, isn't that prettier? Much bigger opening. Now, before I continue, the other thing I also noticed when I was looking at this, and maybe you guys can help me, why is this opening not equal at each ends. If you look at it this side, it's got a little bit of the opening goes all the way almost to the end. And on this one, we got about, I'd say at least another 5 inches, 4 to 5 inches that could be an opening, because I've already looked. The intercooler goes as far as here. So I don't understand why this is not open for airflow to the intercooler. If someone knows why, please let me know. And on the other note, if someone has attempted to take out this grill to cut this to match the intercooler, I'd love to know that too, because I'm really tempted to do that. I've tried to take it out and I haven't been able to. On my Fiesta ST, this bottom grill was basically pulled it, came out, and I did whatever. I enlarged the hole too. But this one seems like it's stuck in there. I'd love to be able to cut that extra 4 inches for max airflow. Let's get to the plate. Now if you notice right over here, there's a little bit of painter's tape. There's a reason why that's there. I've also put painter's tape right over here. This indicates the middle point of the bracket, so there's no error. Now, the original bracket, this clunk of monster, it was off center. Come on, Ford, you can't even get that right? It was a ½ an inch more to the right than to the left. So right now I'm going to go try to center it. Unfortunately, what happens, that means I'm going to have to drill a couple of extra holes. But let's get into it, see what comes out of it, and go from there. Let me zoom out. So right there it's centered. So that's going to go right here. So what I like about this bracket, it's got all these openings where you can actually put the bolts and fit this anywhere in your car, and it can match anything. Unfortunately, again, on this one hole to the right, it's perfectly to have it centered. The one on this side is not. So I'm going to have to drill a hole. Okay, let's level this off. So the original hole that's there is totally off by, oh man, quite a bit. So I'm just going to drill another hole. Let's get this straight. Right there is the center. Let me get the level. Drill 2 more holes on top, and there's a reason why, and I'll show you guys why once I'm done drilling the holes. Now I'm basically going to use a 3/16 drill bit. If you guys happen to find a plastic fasteners bolt, however you want to call it, you have to judge what size bit you want to use, but that's my size. So let's go ahead and commit a sin. Yikes. We needed to drill 2 extra holes on top. I know this is a sin and a lot of you guys are going to just kill me over this, but look at what's happening here. So let me get a camera and show you when you just tighten these two original bolts, what happens to the top? I don't know if you can really see it, but the plate is on an angle. It needs to be like that. Let's see if I can get it in here. See how the plate is on a different angle? So it needs to be pushed in so it actually hits flush with the bumper like that. Because if you look at the bumper, it's kind of in an angle. So we had to drill the extra two. I hope you guys now understand why we have to drill two extra holes. So let's get those. There you go. Now we have a plate holder right in place, a plate bracket. It's nice and flush, straight, it's centered. I love it. Look at this opening. Look at this opening. I love it. Okay, so let's put the plate back in. Using the same type of fasteners, the plastic fasteners, just they don't rust. So you can't go wrong with that. And we'll see how it looks. I'm only going to do one screw just because I'm going to have to take the tape out of the plate, but there you are, guys. I think it looks good. I know, you guys are going to kill me for drilling those 3 extra holes, but this is nice and firm, it's not going anywhere. And the opening is magical. I hope you guys like it. I'm not going to do the back plate because it's self-explanatory, basically the same thing. However, if you guys need me to do it, I'll be happy to do it. Hey, please subscribe, comment, discuss with me what's going on with this hole being covered here at this end. And if you like the idea, let me know. And if you do it yourself, yeah, let me know too. I think this is going to work. Until the next video, you guys have a good one. And I'm going to keep enjoying my car, see how it performs now with the extra flow into the intercooler. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.